Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Honest, harsh, and unpopular opinions on K-pop vocals.
You know, certain traditions definitely need to be kept alive. For my channel, one of them is an honest, harsh, and popular opinions video posted every few months. You may or may not know this already, but the rules are super simple. Some of these are random, some oddly specific, but they're all opinions nonetheless. Without further ado, let's get into it. Katai, the gnarly K-pop inspired global girl group, has some of the best
on
vocalists
TikTok.
that have
They've been
ever
putting out really good content. Like,
Kata?
yeah, because they took Gnarly and they add. Remember this lady on the Billboard? I think UK. Her name is Luffy,
Lovely, yeah.
something like this.
Yeah.
And they took Gnarly and they sang, and they're like, I was like, okay, remind everyone y'all still have the vocals.
raised hype. I mean Sophia and Laura specifically. Sophia, who's a bit more musical theater inclined, with elegant vibrato and natural national Filipino belting power.
Popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper points when you talk to boys. For the slang you got to know. So let's
That
start.
sounds great.
A lovely long way to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Katai.
But I'm not shocked. Oh damn.
And Laura with gorgeous head voice and some serious riffs and runs.
To love you dangerously.
I find them both super interesting. However, I gotta be honest with you and tell you that I can't help but wonder, will Hype, or rather Hype America, utilize them properly in a way that showcases their strengths? Well, will they be able to handle them? Cause having vocalists like them, you really have the option to get creative, play around, and do a lot of cool things. Cause oh, we ain't flexing, but you've been so out of touch. At least I can say that I did it my way.
I don't think they will utilize them in traditional sense of way that, as I think Kata is gonna be that pop girl group, like maybe the next Pussycat Dolls. So, nothing's wrong with that.
But Pussycat does have some vocal songs. Stick
So,
with you.
Maybe they'll have some vocal songs too.
It all sure can be fun, but there's definitely more that could be done for these vocalists. Yes, it's
Oh, for
still
sure.
early, I know, but so far I don't think we've been able to get into what Sophia and Lara have to offer vocally. In other words, if you're looking for their best vocal moments or you just want to get to know them better as vocalists, then Katsei's music is just not where you should go. You have to search elsewhere. And I just hope it will not stay that way. There's a solid chance that I am overreacting, but knowing Hype, I'm just having my doubts. I'll be gladly proven wrong in the future, and I will make that video, you guys. What I need is more material and more time. Pinky promise. For the love of everything that is holy, stop saying that encore stages don't matter or shouldn't be taken seriously in terms of singing. Like, you gotta stop. I'm sorry, they do matter. Even more so now than before. Because in second gen, for
I feel like that's
example,
when
you
we
didn't
can
have
have like
to
really
play any
good
mind games.
moments from encore stages because they're more free to kind of have fun. That's where you can see like a girl like Laura or Sophia really kind of go freestyle with their vocals.
To hear live singing. For the most part, it was there, plain and simple. Nowadays, live vocals either tend to be drowned in pre-recorded tracks or just edited to the point they sound almost inhuman, but they're still labeled as live, which I think is evil. So these encore stages are some of the only great opportunities for fans to get access to truly live singing. I personally don't ever expect idols to deliver their best vocals ever during encore stages because of what's going on the stage, the lack of helpful yet not totally necessary to sing in-ear monitors, and overall conditions. Encore stage or not, let's be realistic, a sporadic, not fully on-key note is completely normal and natural. But there is a line. If fans get to listen to a few minutes of some pure, raw, unedited singing, and some idols use this time to sound the way embarrassment or struggle feels, out of courtesy, I will not include any clips here, but you know who you are. But then the same idols sound totally fine in a clearly edited performance, then you know, it's a little suspicious. As far as live singing goes, I feel like Lisa definitely had something to prove on Coachella. I believe she gave her all, even if it wasn't much in the grand scheme of things. Ouch, I know, let me explain. I think she practiced singing for this and felt prepared enough to do her best. Despite some clear imperfections, I definitely like the fact that Lisa challenged herself vocally and even performed a ballad, which I didn't expect.
But you never look back, well, I guess you can't hold on to something once you let it go. If I'm taking what I can get, I don't give a goodness from the friends. If you get a heart inside of the brain,
Sounds pretty good.
why is it hard for me to say?
So, given that this is not in her lane, that's pretty brave to do that.
She also performed Born Again on her own. However, on the same festival where Lady Gaga has been able to combine extravagant performances with great live singing, Lisa's performance pales in comparison. That's why I cannot sit here and tell you that, oh my god, you guys, she ate and left no crumbs. No, there still was quite a bit of food on the plate. Showering Lisa with enormous amounts of praise for her vocal
think the
performance
thing
on
with,
Coachella would be silly, if not ignorant on my part. I suppose
The thing with Lisa is the bar is so low that even anytime she puts a little bit effort, it's like, oh wow, like everybody's gagged because
and they try to bully you to eat it up too.
yeah,
And I'm like,
because the bar is just so low with her. It's ridiculous.
that pulling back on the choreography a bit was an intentional choice on Lisa's end. I like that she seemed more focused on singing live this time, and she's definitely given her fans enough material to defend her against bad, lazy singing allegations. She took a risk, and I would say it mostly paid off. To be honest, as far as singing is concerned, I don't have much to say about Jennie's performance on Coachella, because frankly, I don't think there's much to say really. Whereas Lisa, in my opinion, deliberately focused more on the singing aspect during her performance, I thought Jennie approached her set with different priorities. I think she carried herself on stage very well, like a true music industry veteran.
I wanna see your hands up and your phones down for this one. It's gonna be fucking hard.
Had great energy, especially during week 2, and sold this performance with pure natural star quality alone, with a backtrack often dominating over her live vocals and quite many skipped lines along the way, probably due to noticeable stamina issues. Singing-wise, there's just not that much to get into. I think this performance was a big win for Jennie overall.
I
just
wonder
not
how
for
come her stamina is not there. I would have
Because she's been out of practice. She hasn't,
practice.
You need some good. It's a 45-minute set. You need to practice some solid 3 months at least for this. I don't think she practiced that much.
for her vocals. And it's really not as much of a diss to Jennie.
It's it's realistically like her first big event solo. I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into.
These vocal skills, because I actually think that as of recently, she has actually improved her singing in general, as much as I genuinely assume that she simply didn't care that much about singing for this specific performance. A short and sweet section dedicated to Enhypen's performance on Coachella. I genuinely think the guys did a pretty fantastic job, with absolutely minimal stage production, yet with energy level being kept at a steady 100% throughout the entire set. The guys lit the stage on fire with sheer effort and charisma. And they were heard loud and clear, which I always respect. Purely
This was
technically
so fun to
speaking,
react
it is
to.
rather evident that Enhypen's collective vocal skill set isn't one that is particularly refined, however, it can be super effective in the right context. Plus, the guys I feel like have really grown into their voices over time. What a treat. Fans should be proud. Vocal style versus technique. It can get a little confusing. Sometimes
Oh, so we're not gonna talk about XG?
I notice comments
I
along
thought
the
we were gonna
lines
do
of, for
everybody
example,
from
clips
Coachella.
such as these.
Unbreakable chain. See you want me out of your life, and I'm just done. But you need it all of the time, yeah. Say what?
Shouldn't be labeled as bad vocal technique when singers want to sing in a certain genre or with a specific style. But hey, two things can be true at once. They may even sound totally fine and appropriate in the right context, yet it will not change the fact that Xian and Taehyun were both straining and forcing their voices quite heavily there. Are they actively, intentionally choosing to sound this way? And they could switch to a different type of delivery if they wanted to? Or does style become a mask used to hide lacks in technique? Well, that's another discussion. But also let it be clear that strong, gritty, more rock vocal style and technique can coexist. For example, that's how it would sound.
Yeah, they used to make good music.
And that, you guys, is all I have for you in this video.
Okay.
I missed XG. I wish we talked about XG.
Yeah,
They
we
deserve
should
their
go
own
further
little
into
section.
this
At least, you know,
moment.
same like a minute long, like Enhypen got.
Yeah. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.